If you're independent or boutique brokerage and you're sick and tired of losing agents every single quarter, but more importantly, you want to attract agents and you want those agents to even pay you to join your brokerage, well, let me ask you something blunt here, right? When an agent joins your brokerage, why would they stay? And I don't mean because they like the culture or because you're supportive or we're a family. I mean, just from an economic standpoint, operationally, strategically, from an offer standpoint, what actual reason does that agent have to tie their long-term future to your company? Because if that answer isn't clear, there's a reason why you're not getting the right fit agents coming into your brokerage, but more importantly, they're leaving, right? And you have a temporary agency for realtors. It's just a stepping stone until they go to the next thing, right? So look, here's the truth. Everyone in real estate talks about recruiting real estate agents, how to recruit more coffee chats, more lunch and learns, more split offers. But what no one really talks about is recruiting doesn't grow a brokerage. Retention does, right? Because if every single quarter you're just replacing the people who left last quarter, you're not actually scaling the brokerage, right? You're just surviving. In fact, you might actually be shrinking. So we work with a lot of brokerages, even $100 million brokerage in terms of valuation. And even they also have a revolving door, right? And no model really, allows for longevity, right? Now, the real reason is because you're not bringing in the producers, right? And the producers, they don't leave just because of money. They leave because they don't see a future. If they can do the same deals, the same systems for a better split or more upside somewhere else, I mean, why wouldn't they want to leave, right? And a lot of other brokerages, right? Like, of course, they're hitting them with ads every single day, DMs, offers, pitch decks. Not only do you have the broker, you also have recruiters, but you also have these agent attractors, tens of thousands of them that are at these cloud-based brokerages trying to build a rev share network. And all of these messages are very similar. You're going to build equity. You're going to get rev share, more earnings, right? You'll build wealth. You go faster. They're not really winning on relationships. They're winning on offers. And if you guys are familiar with the word offer, it's been really popularized recently with Alex Hormozy and his book called $100 Million Offers. A lot of brokers are trying to win on a mentorship. They're trying to offer, splits that are quote unquote competitive, right? There's not really a real differentiating factor. Now, look, you might have a differentiating factor on the back end when someone actually becomes an agent with you. But in the end of the day, someone has to become an agent with you for them to actually experience that. The real issue is you're probably not even getting agents to come in the first place, right? And the real reason is because every broker sounds the same, right? They're saying, oh, we have great culture, right? Which is obviously hard to quantify. They're saying we have good support. They're saying we have good commission splits, right? The new models are offering stock, revenue share coaching platforms, investor funnels, JV deals on flips, mortgage, title, tech, right? Obviously, you got some people that are, the big brokerages in the cloud-based space, publicly traded companies, right? All these people have agent attractors. These people are also offering their own unique little offers for the market, right? Oh, I'll give you appointments. I'll give you Zillow Flex leads. I'll also do this. I'll do that, right? So these are not just benefits. They're like business models. They're just better offers, right? And what most brokerages are offering is like motivation, support. They might offer leads just in a pawn format. And those leads, like if the broker kind of work on themselves and know how to book those into real appointments, you can't really expect the agent to do it as well. Even if the broker can, the agent's not going to do it themselves. So look, it's an endless rabbit hole, and unless you upgrade your offer, you're going to keep losing your best people. And here's what happens when you compete on splits, right? If you offer 80-20 splits, someone else is offering 90-10, right? If you match that, then someone's going to be like, oh, flat fee, right? So look, there's always going to be a race to the bottom, right? And you can't really compete on that. The biggest thing really is that where it really ends is it ends when your margins disappear and you're still losing agents. It's like a race to zero, and you might just, only thing you really win is bankruptcy, or you might just go full-time back into production again, right? Or it's like some broker just get out of the real estate industry as a whole and start a new business, right? So what's the solution? You have to make your brokerage sticky. That means agents need a reason to stay, right? That's nothing to do with who you are, what your culture is, what your split is. They need systems that drive income growth and ownership. But on top of that as well, it's about positioning those systems the right way. I think a lot of brokers, they have good systems, but they can communicate that in a cold market friendly method, right? And what I'm really referring to is one word called copywriting. Copywriting is the art of taking words and convincing people. And the best medium to do that is through video, right? If you guys have heard of Naval Ravikant, if you guys don't know, super smart guy, watch his podcast on Joe Rogan and you'll see, wow, this guy's a genius. And he has a book called the Almanac Naval Ravikant. He talks about, the different types of leverage, right? And one of them is, capital, right? Which is obviously what a lot of the private equity guys do. Then you got labor, right? Which is like, how, the Industrial Revolution as well, but like, getting people to work for you, which is obviously not the easiest thing because managing people, as you probably know, is really difficult. The next thing is code, which is a lot of software companies. I mean, a lot of the biggest brokers in the space have a lot of code behind them. And obviously media, right? Media is one of the easier things that we can all implement today. So look, when it comes to positioning yourself, right? You want to use video, and there's a reason why it works so well. I want to talk about this in a better example here. Let's just say you want to attract producing agents. These people are doing 6-12 deals a year. They're stuck, they're burned out, they're tired of chasing leads. You want to offer them a way where they can actually grow their business, and you want to do so in a way, in a medium that is communicated such that you are positioned as someone of value, and it's in a video format. It's online on the internet. You can drive ads towards it. You can retarget people and get agents warmed up. You deliver value first, and that value first is then gone ahead and reciprocated in the form of them coming in and booking on your calendar. That's how it should be, right? Let me put this into more simple layman terms. I am a broker. I want to attract producing agents, as opposed to me just going ahead and saying, hey, join my brokerage, right? Here's what you're going to get. Position what you're already offering your brokerage plus a cold market friendly offer, such as giving them appointments, or showing them how to generate appointments, or showing them how to get a 7-figure GCI with AI, right? And now look, you're probably wondering, how do I do that? I'll get to that part shortly, but you want to do that and make a training. So one of my clients, Keith, he actually did this, right? He said, hey, look, agents, you can make 7-figure GCI using the MS4 digital method. Someone's like, wow, that's a big claim, right? How do I make that? And obviously, he talked about the MS4 digital method. It's 4 steps. He said, look, step number 1, you got to go ahead and reposition your offer to attract sellers. Step number 2, you want to run ads online to get appointments on your calendar. Step number 3, you got to build an inside sales team. Step number 4, you want to align with a brokerage model that actually helps you out. If you're interested in working with us, I give this whole program for free. If you partner with me on a brokerage, click learn more. They watch this video for an hour. They build a relationship with Keith. They come to his call. They're warmed up. They're ready to go. And then from there, the close is easy as well. Now, you are not just a broker anymore. You are their mentor. You are an authority in the space. You actually built a word that I call status delta. There's a delta of the status. You are the person of status here. So, the thing is, you want to stop thinking of your brokerage as a place to hang a license. You want to start thinking of it as, a way to change someone's life. As a high ticket product, right? That's the way I'm going to explain it to you, as a high ticket product. And a high ticket product and a premium product is something that needs to be marketed well, right? And that product, it can be marketed well with a video sales letter. We call it a 24/7 digital recruiter at agenttraction.io in our BAP system, but it's something that really solves real problems for agents. It creates predictable outcomes, and it gives them a real reason to stay long term. That is how real estate brokerages that are winning are scaling in 2025. That's how you stop the bleeding. That's how you actually win. Not with coffee, not with cheerleading, not with culture. You want to position yourself the right way. Now, if this message hits home and you want us to help you build a brokerage that actually attracts agents, so agents don't want to leave, you get the right fit agents, you get the producing agents, the winning agents, and you want us to help you build a 24/7 digital recruiter, a video sales letter, the ad system that goes towards it, the follow-up system that goes towards it, to only get producers, we have a unique solution that's not being offered anywhere in the market right now. If you're interested, click the link in the description below this video and let's talk. I'd love to go ahead and bring you on as a client, but of course, even if you don't, what I want you to do is one thing. Make me a promise. Stop recruiting like it's 2015. You don't need another recruiter. You need a better offer. That is the fundamental truth. Folks, that's pretty much it for today's video. Hope you got some value, and we'll see you guys in the next one.